Righty. Hello, Colomolo, everybody. Welcome back. It's Wednesday. We draw Wednesday. It's not art stream. Welcome in. Let's all have a nice, chill time. Sorry if you hear some noise. I'm just adjusting my microphone. Okay. All right. Yeah, let's have a nice chill time. I'm a little late today, but it was just one of those days. But we're making emotes today, so I think we'll have a very nice quick stream. Oh, who's got the one today? It's Tally. Hey Tally, how are you? I was worried. I was like, he's like, yeah, today was one of those days. Like I'm feeling good right now because today was one of those days where you wake up and there's just so much to do, and it's like it's that moment when you just kind of don't, you just want to stay inside, and everything is just so uncomfortable. Everything you have to do is very uncomfortable, and you're like, I want to do it tomorrow. I don't have to do it today. So you have the option, it's one of those things where you have the option to just not do it, and it just feels uncomfortable, and you just don't want to do it. But I did it. I'm feeling great. I didn't want to do any of these things. It was very uncomfortable, very obnoxious things that I had to do, but I have to do it eventually. So today I decided to face them on, and I got everything done. And because I decided to face it all and be uncomfortable, I'm late today, but it was well worth it because now it's like, all right, well now everything's taken care of, until the next rotation, until the next time I have to go take care of these things. So, yeah, and it's just kind of like, guys, it's just a reminder that we all feel this way. We all understand that there is some responsibility, right? And, just putting it off doesn't solve any problems. It's just better to just, get it over with. Just do it, even if it makes you uncomfortable. Because that's just how life is. A lot of important things are going to force you to do very uncomfortable things, but you got to do it. Somebody's got to do it, which is a Dragon Ball Z quote. Anywho. And yeah, Tally is praising me. She's letting me know she's proud of me. Thank you. And yes, I am proud of myself as well. Yeah, so you always gotta fight that, people. Don't stay stagnant. Don't always stay home. It's very easy to just say no and to look away and to just procrastinate. But if you wanna get anywhere in life, you gotta be able to step out of your comfort zone and do do the things that gotta be done. And speaking of things that gotta be done, we need more emotes. We need more emotes on this channel. And that's what we're gonna work on today. So as I've said earlier, since September, after the whole October stream thing, we're just gonna be working on, for the Wednesday streams at least, just stuff for the stream, at least for now. That's the plan. So we've got a lot of things we can customize, especially on Twitch. But I also understand Twitch is not the only platform that uses these kind of interfaces and the UI. So better to just create, these aesthetics, right? And they become resources for anything, especially emotes, Twitch allows me to upload my own emotes. And since I'm an affiliate, you guys have access to these emotes as well. And, if something ever happens that Twitch just kind of disappears one day, these are my emotes, I made them. So I can always use it on some other platform. So, and this is just me telling this to myself. So it doesn't always, it doesn't feel like a waste of time to make. But yeah, so if you guys are watching on YouTube and you're kind of expecting a tutorial or some sort, this is not really what it's going to be. But if you watch it and you felt like it's helpful and you learned something, I appreciate, a like on the video. And if you just have questions, you can always drop a comment. I'm pretty sure I can easily answer them very quickly for you. And yeah, thanks for the support. Come join us for a live stream sometime. And look forward to chatting with you. All right. So with that out of the way, Sally says, I want my own emote, a pouting one. Actually, I'm glad you brought that up because that was the next thing that I was going to talk about today, where I came prepared with the characters that I want to draw today. I came prepared with setting up the file, right? Because it has to be a specific size. Because these things are tiny, right? As you can see on the screen, they're pretty tiny. So we're not going to use a regular canvas like we normally would. So I have to adjust the size, which is 640 pixels by 640 pixels, for those of you wondering. And we have to, that will get scaled down to the 120 by 120. And then that gets scaled down to, I believe, 64 by 64. But it's definitely going to be a square with those numbers. And so that's everything I came prepared with. And now Tally is recommending specific emotions, right, that she would like to use on the stream. And that's the one thing I did not come prepared with. So I had all this set up. The only thing I just don't have set up, which is something we can work together on the stream, is what emotes should I create. So I'm starting with the emotes that I've already created with my characters over here. So we've got 7 emotes already. And, we've got the what face, we've got an angry face, we've got a, a joyous, like celebratory happy face here. We got the disgusting face, or it could be cringe. You can see that's like a cringe emote. We've got a sleepy emote, or when you want to say I'm going to go to bed, and you put a sleepy emote. And then we got the love one, or just the hard eyes. And then for fun, I drew a cap one. That's it. That's cap seems to be a very popular phrase these days, and this character is someone that I see kind of calling people out for lying. So that's what we have that's the 7 that we have so far. Now I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I've got another 7 characters. Huh. I swear I didn't do that on purpose. But I have another 7 characters, which means we have 7 more options of emotions that we can use on to the channel. So now I don't know about a pouting one. Actually, we could do a pouting one. Actually, I have a character who pouts here. We can do that. We can do that. That sounds like an option. ¿Tú no me quieres? Listen. I have much love for everyone. Okay, you just can't be greedy. Okay, you gotta share it. And then Mo's coming in with the angry emotes. Oh, sorry, Mo. Sorry, Mo. The YouTube live started a bit late. Huh. I wonder why. Now, Mo is a bit late to get the one redeemed today. Tally has it, and she's at 2. Tally's at 2. Now, now that I've set up this bot, I think the next thing I want to do is set up another bot on screen, like a tracker. So it'll just be called the one, and then the name that's gonna be there is the person who redeemed it the most. So then so I'm thinking about adding that to the stream as well. So that's hopefully you guys enjoy that. Talia out here saying she shares. Oh no, I'm gonna stop. Anywho, all right. But I think I've been yapping for about 10 minutes. So let's start with Will. Well, actually, before we start with Will, hold on. Another thing I wanted to do is look at how I worked on it. So I want to analyze previous work and then just kind of replicate it. So back I know back when I first did these first 7 emotes that I looked up a video on how to do it. I just wanted to, okay, I've never done this before. How should it be done? And then it's like, oh, put the canvas on this size, blah 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 blah, and then, you know, I just wanted to kind of see how people usually do it online. Um, so I decided instead of doing that this time, we're gonna look at what I already did, and then I'm just gonna analyze what I already did, and then we're gonna replicate it. Um, it looks like I used the manga gradient here. Oh, I see. It's a black and white gradient. Okay. We use linear burn for the shadows. I use color dodge for the highlights. There's the line. Did I make a sketch? I think I did make a sketch. Hang on. Okay, and I did make a sketch. Okay, so we started with a sketch. Okay, we did make a line art, and I didn't use consistent lines for the line art. We did the flats. We just colored it in. So that's what I did. Then we added some gradients. And on top of that, we added some shadows and a highlight, and then that was it. Okay, very simple. So, emotes are not supposed to be complicated because typically, they're very tiny when you look at them. So there's no use in adding a lot of details because we don't see it. Mo says, I hate the skip back because we can't skip it. Uh-oh. Oh, well, you're back from the ad already. Okay. We need a tally emote, an emote where you're running from her. It's just a joke for the sniper who is pointing at me with the laser. Uh-oh. Almost not gonna live a long life. That's for sure. Let me stop. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Um, but no. Actually, that would be funny because that would be a really fun. Because some people do the double emotes, so you're supposed to put the emotes one after the other. So that would be pretty funny because that's how we would put it together. Okay. Okay. Guy says I want my own emote. Well, I mean, you want one, but you know, I don't know how that would work. How would that work? And Mel needs to emo too. Justice Steph probably hired the sniper. Uh-oh. She be working in waves. You see what I did there? Cause the whole water thing, you know. Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. That's. I think now for Will, I just want Will to be drawn for a high. So like, what I don't have is a waving emote. I don't have a low type of emote. So that's like one of the things I knew I wanted to do. At least I want to at least make a high emote because I've been running around on Twitch and I have access to all my emotes, and there were a lot of moments where I just wanted to plop in a "oh hello" type of emote, and I don't have that. So let's go ahead and make that. Tyler says I'm gonna be on stream with Steph soon. What do you mean? What does that mean? You mean you're going to be? Are you streaming as well? Is that what you mean? We're gonna play a game together. What game are you guys gonna play together? What do you mean? Okay, so she's gonna stream a game, and it's gonna be a game that you're both gonna be playing together. Mo says I don't need an emote. The emote needs me, like how the food needs me to eat it, for the food to stop being hungry, and I don't need sleep. The sleep needs me to be awake tomorrow. How poetic. Hmm. Another poem by Mo. Okay. Sally says it takes two, or maybe something else. I don't know. Well, I hope it's not. I know. I hope it's not. It Takes Two because she did that with her niece last time. Unless she's gonna replay it again, which I mean, like I guess that's fine. Well, it says I love the egotistic satire I just made. Oh my gosh! Imagine we're saying hi, but we got like these very tired eyes. Hello. Now it says I played that with my brother and we ended up crashing out on each other. Ooh. Well, I mean that's the kind of game that is. It'll either make you or break you. You got to work together. He wants me to play the girl when he is the younger one. How rude of him. I mean, like, but the girl is more fun. I think that was the popular opinion. I think the last time I played that game, like everybody likes like the girl had all the awesome stuff in the game, like the awesome mini game. By the way, like why wouldn't you want to play the girl? Gonna make the hand bigger because the email's gonna be so small. We want to make sure we really emphasize the size of this. Okay, for now, for the actual face, this was just a joke, guys. I'm not actually, you know, not actually gonna use this face, but it was just kind of like a placeholder. Now, I think what's really great about Will, because something about Will when I designed his character is that I designed him understanding that there are a lot of guys out there that look like this. Um, so I think this is gonna be. I think he's a great character to be an emote because I feel like we're gonna have a lot of people. Well, not that I have a lot of people on the channel, but people who come in and they see my emotes. I feel like we're gonna have like a good demographic, right? If they're interested in my stuff, they will see this and they'll be like, "Oh, this guy looks like me," and then this will be like an emote they will like to use a lot because it feels like they feel represented, right? Or they feel like, yeah, yeah, this is me. Yo, that guy, that's me. So that's kind of I feel like that's one of the strong points of Will as a character. Because I didn't really do anything special in terms of like with his design. I made him pretty plain looking, which is on purpose. Kind of like how you see in some animes and video games how like the protagonist is portrayed. They always make them very plain looking because they want him to look relatable. They want people to identify as the characters that they're viewing or playing as. We'll put a little small right here. I guess we'll work on that later. But okay, now for the actual, let's show the actual eyes. Also, as we finished the game in 3 hours. Wow, that's pretty fast. That's pretty fast. Um, Mo says it's just the alpha clash that he tries to be the dominant force. Okay, yeah, but but that's why I'm saying it's still strange to me because if he wanted to be the alpha, then the alpha would want to play the better character, right? That's what I'm saying. Like the girl is the better character in the game. She has like the better mini games. It's more fun. It's more challenging. Uh, According to what a lot of people who play the game told me. So to me, it would make more sense that he'd be fighting to play the girl. Uh, I says tired with the pants in our relationship. That's right. All right, it's my ship. All right, I'm the pilot here. Okay, you just sit back and relax, and you enjoy the cruise. Well, says Italian, and you're the shirt. What does that mean? What is that a term? Is that a new thing? Is that a new thing? Am I like so far off on the internet? Sally saying that I'm the alpha. Oh, I'm your alpha. Okay. And she means the Power Ranger alpha, you know. Ay, 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 ay. Zoran. Stop. I remember Power Rangers. Power Rangers was fun. Power Rangers is pretty cool. Mo says, I'm starting to read your comic. It's not as bad as usual romance. That you mean modern romance or like what you usually see in romance? Uh but yeah, I'm glad you're enjoying it. It's but but just again, it's I I know I promote it as a romantic story. It is somewhat a romantic story, but the romance is the sub genre, the main genre is drama. So it's more of a drama story. Um, just to like, because I don't want you thinking it's. I can't say that it's something you should be comparing to romance stories because I don't follow. There's like a there's like a template for story writing. If you're like writing like an action story, there's a template most people follow. There's a formula, and I know as you guys as consumers, you don't see it, but there is a formula, and you guys don't really notice it because you're just busy consuming the content. But if you actually really pay attention, a lot of stories follow the same skeleton, a format, a template, and I've done my studies. I know the templates for each story genre. Well, I won't say all of them, just the ones that I'm interested in, at least. But my comic was originally supposed to be a romance story. That was the genre I wanted to make it, the main one. But it does not. The where I want the direction of the story to go does not follow the romance template. So I'm like, I'm not even in the same tier because of how I'm writing it. How I'm writing it and where the story's going belongs in the drama template. So so that's just kind of how it is. So it's both. It's a drama romance, but the main genre is the drama. It's more it's gonna lean more towards dramatic than romance, and the reason why is because we're not and you'll probably start to pick up on it when you get later into the story, but you'll start to realize that it's not all about the romance. There's just other things in play here, and that's just because I'm being too complicated with the writing. There's a lot of there's a lot of layers to the story, that I can't really talk about because that would be spoilers. But there's a lot of layers, and I work in layers. I'm working in layers for the story, and because I'm working in layers, I can't. It just does not follow the template for romance, because for romance, it's supposed to be very hyper focused on the two people who are supposed to be in love, and that's just not the case in this story. But other than that, I'm glad you're enjoying it. Uh, and let me just continue reading here. And we got to add about to start in a minute. Um, and okay, Mo was just explaining how he beat it in 3 hours. And Tyler says, "Did you hear the new one with the news about the Power Rangers?" No, I did not hear about the new Power Rangers. I haven't watched Power Rangers in forever since I was a kid. I mean, like, it's a great series. I like it. When I played Persona 5X, Leon's really cool to me because he's really into Power Rangers and like the Japanese the Japanese version of it, right? Like the whole superhero stuff. And I have an appreciation for it, but like I don't keep up with it, if that makes sense. Mo says, I hate romance because of how excessive they are, so I just stopped reading from the first chapter. Okay, but that's typically how romance is supposed to be. It's always supposed to be excessive. Um, so that means you like it as a subgenre. Tally says I like romance. Yeah, see, Tally can get into it. And they reboot Power Rangers. I read that they're out of ideas on what to make, so they won't renew it. What, Power Rangers? Oh, okay. So there is no new Power Rangers then. That's what you're saying. I wish there are men in real life like the knights in stories, but that's just too unrealistic. Well, I mean, like that's because we're in a world where there's no demand for that. I think it was cool for its time. At least right now, it's just not really something we see all the time. Um, Wait, but I think I skipped the last one. I hate when it's a very excessive, unrealistic feelings in a very short period, and usually it's a dream like ending or a tragic like no in between. Well, yeah, but that's so. The thing is, Mo. So Mo, you like romance as a subgenre. But when romance is the main genre, it's typically written on to like keep your emotions engaged, which is why you don't like it because you think because you're saying it's it's excessive, it's unrealistic, and it's very short. It gets straight to the point, and that's kind of what that demographic likes about it. They like they just yeah, they when you open up a romance book, you want romance. You want to be in your feelings. That's the idea, and it's written that way for that reason. So uh, you know, so that's not to your taste, but it seems from what you're saying, you like it as a sub genre where you like reading stuff that's about something different and the pacing is different, but then there's that little hint of romance, right? Like if we brought up like something like Naruto, right? It's just kind of like Naruto is Naruto. It's a shonen, but then we got little hints of like Naruto likes Sakura, Sakura likes Sasuke, Hinata likes Naruto, and we know this, and then we like to see how they interact and how that stuff slowly develops over time in the story. But it's not the priority of the story, and it's a sub thing in the story. So it's like if I had to describe it like if it's food, right? It's like okay, I like to eat this kind of dish, and then you sprinkle in a little bit of that for some flavor, But a romance story is a completely different dish on its own, and they have different ways of pacing the story and different things that they focus on. So in a romance story, that is the focus. You want the girl or the guy, whoever the main character is, you want the main character to successfully win the heart of the her person that they're interested in, and that's every romance story in its core. And then but some people like Natalie, you can pitch in if you have certain types of stories you like to read, but sometimes you have it where it's just straight between these two, but maybe there's like an outside factor that stops them from being together. Some people like it when a third person comes in and it's a triangle. People love their triangles. um some people like the version where the main character doesn't like anybody at all in the beginning, but then they start to like some other character, right? And then that's a bit sort of slower burn. That's like a slower burn story there. But but ultimately the focus is always two people. It's one person trying to get with the other person. And then the moment you leave that, then you're no longer in that template of like what a romance story is. It's a completely different type of story, that you can actually slap a genre on. And it typically goes towards drama, where if emotions aren't involved, but it's not entirely between two people in a romantic sense, then it's just drama. It's just labeled as drama. Mom says I have no problem when it's a sub. Well, to some extent, I hate simping, but I can handle it a bit. Well, yeah, but a story is a story, and there's like plot devices, and they've got to move on to some things. And then Talia says, then you have dark romance and harem and things like that too. Yeah, but even in harem, like it's still written with a main person You know, like there's always the main character, and then there's that one other character, and that one character is like the main. Well, typically it's a guy and then a whole bunch of girls, but there's always that main girl, which is like the first girl or like the girl that gets the most screen time. With like the only exception to my knowledge that is a successful story that doesn't really have a main girl, and I'm saying this with some ignorance because I've never seen this anime, but I've had a lot of people tell me about this one, and there's apparently an anime about a guy who has like 100 girlfriends. Um, and I have a friend who's also really into like writing, and he was telling me how like this guy's a genius because he took that template and he just shattered it and he managed to make a good story where you know you actually feel like all the girls get the same amount of attention. Um, so I haven't seen it myself, but I heard very good things about that one. But and not to just talk about it, but I'm just saying there exist and there are exceptions that do exist. But I don't think I'm like a genius like this guy to create a story where there's like multiple people who fall in love, right? And and I'm able to like break the rules and bend them. Um, I'm just not that. I don't have the EXP for that. Is what I'm basically saying. But there are definitely exceptions here. Most says I have 4D the Kagan of problems to think about the love triangle. And Talia says love triangles are good, but not my favorite. Hey, I mean, sometimes you want to eat sometimes you want to eat pizza, sometimes you want to eat a taco, sometimes you want to eat um spaghetti, you know? You may indulge in the variety. Anyways, too much yapping. We're yapping too much. Now, if you guys want to help me here, let's come up with some more emotions that we may want to throw in the chat. Yeah, we put the eyebrow through. Did I do it for every character here? Okay, yeah. Eyebrows are a very important part of emotions, which is why in anime they typically draw them on top of the hair, which I normally don't like to do, but there's a reason for it, and that's just because it helps evoke emotion. By the way, sad truth, the harem is not what you think it is. Arts and culture, the term and the meaning forbidden, sacred, or should refer to as private. Okay. I knew that because it was known in the ode. Okay. Well, we got some fun facts. But but this is like what it actually means. It's a genre. What if I raised an arm over here? Hmm. Nah, maybe take out the arm. And we could open the arm here. Actually, we don't have to be too correct here. No, I'm giving. Hang on. This is a mistake I keep making. I'm giving them too much space on the side of their face. There. I don't know why, but this area of the face, I just like clearing it up. I don't know what's on my brain, but like my brain doesn't like if there's supposed to be hair covering the side of your face here, my brain is like, nah, bro, hold on. Let's push the hair back a bit so I can see this area. And I don't know why I do it every time. And I was just about to do it with his hair here. But no, we've got to allow the hair to take up all that space. We don't have to get too much into detail because again, very simplified drawing. Let's just clean up this eye here. Okay. Tyler says her stepdaughter took our photo with Santa today. Oh wow, that's nice. I forget people do that. It's because I don't have my own kids. But that's nice. How does she like that? Uh, Mo says cute little girl, and I says she told Santa that she wished for me to get a boyfriend because she's tired of me being alone. Did she really? Did she really? Isn't she like 9? Why would she wish for that? That's kind of sus. I don't know. I don't know. Mo says, I wish if she wished you get a good husband and a good father. Dali agrees. Mo says, don't worry, Tario Jr. will be coming before GTA 6.5. I hope so. I think. Oh, ads are coming up. Okay, I'll wait till ads. Matter of fact, while ads are up, let me refill my cup of water. Because I'm out of water. Gotta stay hydrated. Okay, I'm back. I got some water. Okay, good. I came back just in time. But yeah. So, in terms of like children, uh, and if for you youngins out there listening, this is some advice to you, okay? Because I know the youngest the viewer can be is 13 over here on the internet. So maybe, I mean, like, it's not something you should be thinking about now, of course, but something that I'm concerned with right now in terms of like having children that I think is something that should be considered for younger people who are aiming to have children, that I don't see discussed a lot. But, you know, I'm not in a rush to have kids, but if I wanted to create some urgency, if I wanted to have them as soon as possible, my only reason would be because of my mother. Um, because she is in poor health and she's not going to last very long. So I at least want my mom to meet her grandkids when they do come. And that's the only reason why I would want to hurry up. And so my advice to the younger audience who are thinking about starting a family, just like just understand that, if you want to be a grandparent, then there is a time frame. Uh, these days, a lot of people like to say, yeah, have kids late into your life when you get everything situated. And I'm not saying that's a bad idea, that's wrong. But what I am saying is that, if you take too long, you are decreasing your chance to be alive for your grandparents, your grandchildren, when they are around. So that's just something to consider when it comes to like, creating your family at a late stage in your life. Because if you do it and your own child does it, then you're not going to be a grandparent, unfortunately. But anyways, let's move on. Now, speaking of kids and my daughter, Moses gave me an idea where I was just gonna have this picture of Will, but now, I thought, you know what? We can add daughter in here. Let's do that. Well, says having kids is good, but you need to learn and understand it before you make your decision. And please try it at a financial stable age. Not too young unless you're very ready, and not too old because it gets harder and more risky. Yeah, the difficult part is just finding that sweet spot in the middle. Um, at least for my generation, everyone's having financial struggle. So it's like we're not starting families because we're not financially capable of doing it. That's my situation right now. I'm freaking poor. So like, can't have children because I can't afford them. But hopefully in the future, it'll be a different world for you guys, and you'll have better options. Is what I'm hoping will happen. And when you do have those better options, just something to keep in consideration. The first question is, do I want to be a parent? That's the first question, right? And then if you select yes for that question, the next question is, do I want to be a grandparent? And then that's when time gets applied. Oh, by the way, I totally forgot to mention. But we finished the starting soon screen. So in the beginning of the video, it was there for about 3 minutes. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. Um, we worked that night on the stream. So here it is. There it was. Mom says my daughter is blue-eyed with brown hair, something neither her parents have, but she got my skin color and tiny lips. Ow. Sorry, I hit myself. Maybe she'll be like a cat. Cats are always born with blue eyes and then they change when they get older. You made it very rounded. Excuse me. Sally says, sorry, I was talking with Steph. Yeah, that's fine. We won't be here for long. We should be ending stream pretty soon. Shorten the hair. Okay, now let's actually put a line to it. I'm gonna use my animation pen. And the reason why is because no matter how, the stroke is always going to stay the same. And that's kind of where I want. Brush is too big. Let's go down to 3. Is the playlist on? Oh my gosh, I didn't even check. No, the play. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry, guys. There was no music playing in the background. My apologies. Good thing I was yapping to fill in the silence. Mo says, my daughter is cuter than your baby meow meow. Yo, we should make a baby meow meow emote, actually, now that he brought it up. Baby meow meow. Yeah, where did the baby meow meow disappear? The baby meow meow never disappears. The baby meow meow is always here. Okay. Looks good. Let's erase these extra lines. Okay, let's go ahead and fill in. The shade in. Hey, what's up, Jeff the Staff? Hello. Hello, Jeff the Staff. How you doing? Hello. Welcome to my stream. Hello. I hope you're doing okay. And I'm glad that you're here. I am enjoying emotes. Hello. Yes, this is my drawing. This is my stream. This is my character. Hello. Just saying hi, my life is currently imploding, so I can't stay long. Gotcha, Justice Staff. Imploding kittens. Alright, well, hope everything turns out great. Do the best that you can. I opened up the stream saying, you know, there are days where we gotta do some very uncomfortable things, but things have to be get done. So, you know, I hope you're able to grit through it, do what you gotta do, and get back to that point of peace in your life where it's not imploding like kittens. And yeah, I hope everything goes great for you. Hello. Ali says, he says beating me in a game. Don't know what that means. Mo says I am playing Sword Art Online for the first time. It's a game. Sword Art is a game now. It's an actual game. Just the stuff says I hope to LMAO Lamau Lebao. Well, thanks for coming by, Just the Stuff. Hello. versus you. Come on. Playing nice and hit. If you guys sign an agreement, can no longer be mortal enemies. What happened with that? What happened? Just the step is down to sign the truth. The family's getting weird over time, but it's a family. Yep, that's just how it is. So we all have to sit down together and watch Fast and the Furious so we can learn more about family. Yes. Or so I assume. I've never seen Fast and the Furious. I've never seen any of them. So, but there's so many family memes on about that movie online. Also, imagine we get a movie slow and chillers on Xmas cinemas for this year before GTA 6. A lot of things are gonna happen before GTA 6, that's for sure. That's what says Fast and the Furious movies were good until like Paul Walker died because it was about cars and familia. Now it's about saving the world, familia, and then cars. How dare they put cars last in a car movie? I hate that. I hate that for them. Everything's gonna happen. Yeah, see, that's everything's gonna happen before GTA 6. Aliens will evade because they want to play GTA 6 and will be disappointed when they're told we're still working on it. Yep. Yapparoo. That's right. Okay. Now we're just gonna add a gradient. Let's hit up the outside. Let's invert selection. Let's come back here and let's make a mask. So gradients work very, very well on the emotes, especially because they're going far away. Having that transition really adds a lot of information for the eye to see. Now we're going to make another mask. This one. They create a screen. Screen lines things up. And there we go. Now what we could do here is put it on the folder. And go over here to this layer property and we can add edges. We can change the color here. We can actually make it a lot thicker. See that? I want to make the edges very thick. It allows the emote to really pop out. So we'll see how that looks. Alright. Now the emote should look something like this. And now that I'm looking at it far away, so we can see the hand very, very easily here. We see the face associated with the hand. We have the body. Now, daughter is on top of the head, and we can see her head. But her hand is a little, right? Kind of hard to see. That's in hand. Let's come back here and let's turn this off. And let's select all the layers. And I just want to put her hand down. Okay. I'm going to go on the line layer. you go. Let's continue to clean this up. Let's go ahead and name these so I don't get confused. Let's that's better. And there you go. We have a high emote. Mo says Power the director. Jeff is just a diesel. I am Don Wilson. Well, Callie, she chooses whatever she wants. Just a diesel and Don Wilson for a factor. I don't know who those people are. Callie says I just want to drive. He's gonna be the stunt driver. Mo says I feel like me and Just are like Vin Diesel, Dwayne Johnson, because she was taller than Michael Kevin. Is she dumb? Is she? That says, alright, gotta get back to reality. Have a great stream. Alright, Justice Dad, thank you for stopping by. Supporting your boy over here. Appreciate you. You know, she picked a good time to leave because I'm actually about to end stream. It's already past 8 o'clock. And that's typically when we end the art streams. It was a little short today because, you know, once again, I came in late. You know, and I apologize for that. We could have gotten a lot more done today. But hey, you know what? We got next week. We'll make more emotes next week. That gives us a lot of time to actually think about what emotes we want. So, you know, I'm gonna be extra conscious about the emotes that are being used every day. And, you know, I'll think about, you know, what the other characters are gonna be emoting for us. And, you know, the type of emotes that we're gonna have for the stream for you guys to use and have fun with. You know, so you guys can express yourself. So yeah, so let's go ahead. So we've got our Will emote, which is our high emote, which includes Daughter in it. You know, Daughter was gonna have her own emote, which she still will, but I just kind of, again, the original idea was just to have Will just with his hand up, just saying hi, very simple. But you know, now I'm just like, now we gotta add her. We have to add the Daughter. We have to add the Daughter. She's gonna be on top of his head, also saying hi. Because that's just how she is. She always jumps into every interaction. She tries to get involved with everything Will tries to do. So, you know, that's just kind of how it popped up in my head. Alright, so, with that being said, it was a great stream. We got a lot of chatting going on. I, once again, will apologize also for not turning on the playlist right away. I'm going to turn it off now. But, you know, we've got a lot of chatting going on in today's stream, and I really appreciate y'all for that. You know, we had some good talks today. We've got a lot of lore. We've got some, you know, I feel like we got some great advice dropped onto the stream. So hopefully, you know, that brought some value to those of you watching. And yeah, overall, hope you guys enjoyed. The characters that I'm showing on screen today do belong to my webcomic. They're my original characters. This is Will and Daughter. They are from Reborn Daughter. You can see them on the right side over here. And, you know, it's a webcomic that I made. Yeah, guys, I make webcomics. You want to read that, you can come check me out on Webtoon Canvas. You do have to be 16 years or older to read this comic. So sorry if you guys are a little on the younger side. you know, you just won't be able to read this, at least not yet. And but if you do want to read something of mine and support me, you know, I've also got Five Shooting Stars. This one's another webcomic that I made, which is for all ages. This one is a romance drama, as you can see on the screen. So, as I explained earlier, Reborn Daughter is drama, and then romance is the sub genre on it. I now this time I did the opposite, where I made the romance the actual main genre of the story, um, and then drama is the sub genre of the story. So that sounds like something you'd be interested in reading. Come check me out on Webtoon. And you know, pretty soon I do plan to upload these webcomics on other sites. So if you don't like Webtoon, no worries. I will be available on other websites as well. You know, we're gonna try to extend our reach and just get more people looking at my stuff. So you know, let's see what the future holds out for us. And let's hit that ending stream screen. It's already way past evening. We're all tired. It's about that time of the day. Let's finish up and wrap up what we gotta do. And let's get some sleep. Okay, y'all? So, as always, for you inspiring artists, and well, for those of you just inspired to do anything, honestly, I always say, your efforts will never betray you. Okay? Keep working hard. Work on gaining those skills. They are yours and yours alone. Spend your free time wisely. Be kind to others. You know, and I'm hoping the best for you. Okay? Have a great rest of your day, everyone. I will be back on Monday with some video games on my gaming channel. For those of you on the YouTube channel, we will be back once again making the emotes next week. Hopefully by 4 o'clock. That's going to be the time. And also, just want to shout out everyone on YouTube with the recent support onto the channel. I logged in, and to my surprise, we've got more subscribers. We've got more comments. We've got more likes. I really appreciate all the support going into the channel, guys. And, you know, I really hope you're enjoying all of the stuff that I'm putting on the channel. And, you know, really hoping we're bringing some value to you on this platform. So shout out to everyone on YouTube. That being said, I don't want YouTube to automatically make this the thumbnail like it always does. So let's go ahead and end the stream. All right, everybody. Until the next one, be good to yourself, be good to others. Peace out.